there, fellow adventurers! Are you tired of the same old vacations, lounging by the beach or sightseeing in a city? Are you itching for something that gets your heart pounding? Well, you're in luck. Today, we're embarking on a virtual journey to unveil the top 10 adventure destinations for thrill seekers. Trust me, by the end of this list, you'll be packing your bags and updating your bucket list. So buckle up because we're about to crank up the adrenaline. What makes a destination adventurous? But wait, let's pump the brakes for a second. Before we dive into this jaw-dropping list, let's talk about what actually makes a destination adventurous. We're not just throwing darts at a map here. Oh no, we've got criteria! First up, the danger level. Now, we're not talking about risking life and limb, but there's gotta be a bit of a thrill, right? Next, uniqueness. These places offer experiences you can't just find in your own backyard. And last but definitely not least, the adrenaline factor. These destinations will make your heart race faster than a cheetah on the hunt. Number 1. Everest Base Camp, Nepal. Alright, first up on our list is the legendary Everest Base Camp in Nepal. Now, don't get me wrong, summiting Everest is a whole different ballgame, but the base camp trek is no small feat either. It's like the opening act for the world's most challenging peak. On this trek, you're not just walking. You're hiking through rough terrains, crossing glaciers, and breathing in that crisp mountain air. But here's the kicker. The journey gives you an up-close view of the tallest mountain in the world. I mean, how many people can say they've done that? And let's not forget, this trek is also a cultural adventure, where you'll meet the local Sherpas and get a glimpse into their way of life. Honestly, it's like a 2-for-1 deal. Number 2. Victoria Falls, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Next stop, we're heading over to Africa to witness the jaw-dropping beauty of Victoria Falls. But folks, this is not your average waterfall visit. Victoria Falls is one of the largest and most famous waterfalls in the world, and it straddles the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Now, you can do more than just take pretty pictures here. How about bungee jumping off the Victoria Falls Bridge? Or maybe you'd prefer whitewater rafting in the rapids below, and if you're feeling particularly gutsy, you can take a dip in the Devil's Pool right at the edge of the falls. Yikes! It's like nature's own infinity pool, but way more daring. Number 3. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. Now let's take a plunge. Literally, our next destination is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, the world's largest coral reef system. But we're not talking about your average snorkeling trip. Nope! This place offers something called scuba-doo diving, where you can explore the reef without even being a certified diver. Plus, let's not forget, the reef is home to a dazzling array of marine life, from colorful corals to quirky clownfish. But here's the catch. The reef is under threat due to climate change, so visiting this marvel also raises awareness about its conservation. In a nutshell, it's an adventure that makes you feel good and do good. Number 4. Amazon Rainforest, Brazil. Next up, we're heading into the thick of it. The Amazon Rainforest in Brazil. This isn't just a walk in the park. It's a journey through one of the world's most complex ecosystems. Think jaguars, anacondas, and more species of birds than you can count. But the real adventure here is the feeling of being completely enveloped by nature. From ziplining through the forest canopy to canoeing down the Amazon River, this place offers a buffet of thrills. The best part, you never know what's lurking around the corner, making every moment a surprise. It's the ultimate place to unleash your inner Indiana Jones. Number 5. Antarctica. Okay, time to bundle up because we're heading to the coldest continent on Earth. Antarctica, you heard me right. This icy wonderland isn't just for scientists and penguins, it's a thrill seeker's paradise too. Imagine cruising through icebergs or kayaking amid seals and whales, and get this! Some trips even offer mountaineering and polar diving. Yes, diving in Antarctica. It's the kind of place where every activity feels like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And let's be real, the bragging rights are through the roof. How many people can say they've set foot on the final frontier? Number 6. Sahara Desert, Africa. Alright, enough with the cold. Time to turn up the heat. Our next stop is the expansive Sahara Desert in Africa. Now I know what you're thinking. It's just a bunch of sand, right? Wrong! The Sahara offers much more than just dunes. Think camel treks, off-roading on sand dunes, and stargazing in one of the clearest skies you'll ever see. At the ultimate thrill, sandboarding down some of the world's tallest dunes. It's like snowboarding, but way sandy. The Sahara is where the silence is as overwhelming as the landscape, making it the perfect place to find adventure and solitude all rolled into one. Number 7. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. Time for an island escape, but not the kind with sun loungers and pina coladas. I'm talking about the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, where adventure and wildlife go hand in hand. Imagine snorkeling with sea lions, hiking on volcanic landscapes, and getting up close and personal with giant tortoises. Yeah, it's basically a living, breathing nature documentary. And the best part, these islands played a role in Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, so you're not just having fun, you're stepping into history. It's the kind of place where every photo is postcard perfect, but the memories are even better. Number 8. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Alright folks, let's get those hiking boots ready because we're tackling another peak. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, this dormant volcano is the highest mountain in Africa, and reaching its summit is no walk in the park. You'll face varying terrains and extreme altitudes. But here's the payoff, views that are literally on top of the world. We're talking glaciers, craters, and a sea of clouds. And let's not forget the sense of accomplishment. There's something incredibly empowering about pushing your limits and reaching new heights. Literally. Number 9. Banff National Park, Canada. Next, we're jetting off to the Great White North, Banff National Park in Canada, to be exact. Now, if you're a fan of the great outdoors, this place is like hitting the jackpot. Imagine hiking through scenic trails, mountain biking, or even horseback riding, all with the stunning Rocky Mountains as your backdrop. But the real thrill, whitewater rafting in the swirling rivers or heli-skiing on untouched slopes. Yup, you heard that right. Getting airlifted by a helicopter to ski or snowboard on pristine, unroomed runs. It's the kind of place where nature and adrenaline live in perfect harmony. Number 10. Wulingyuan Scenic Area, China. Last but definitely not least, we're heading to the Wulingyuan Scenic Area in China, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You might not know the name, but you've definitely seen it. It's the place that inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. Picture this. Towering sandstone pillars, some over 800 meters tall, all covered in lush greenery. It's like walking through a painting. For thrill seekers, the park offers cliffside glass bridges and elevators, adding that extra jolt of adrenaline to an already stunning view. Honestly, it's like stepping into another world. Honorable mentions. Before we call it a day, let's give a shout out to some spots that were oh so close to making our top 10 list. There's the Dead Sea, where you can literally float without even trying. Talk about a natural wonder. Or how about skydiving over the Palm Jumeirah in Dubai? It's like getting a bird's eye view of luxury. And let's not forget the Northern Lights in Iceland. A spectacle that might not get your heart pounding, but will certainly take your breath away. These places are definitely worth an honorable mention. Don't sleep on them. Conclusion. Alright, adventurers, that's a wrap. From the frosty peaks of Everest to the towering pillars of Wulingyuan, we've traveled the globe in search of the ultimate thrills. So what are you waiting for? Life's too short to sit on the sidelines. It's time to make some memories, seize the day, and live on the edge. Literally. So go ahead, update that bucket list and start planning your next adventure. Because guess what? You've got a whole world out there just waiting to take your breath away.